Everybody, welcome back to this.
All right. Got to take a little nap there before our great game number 2, EG versus Felt. Felt winless in this DPC. EG trying to get that top 2 position to be able to go to the Arlington Major. And we'll see if they're able to do that in a 2-0 fashion or not. Panel seemed to really like the EG draft. And Felt, obviously they have, you know, we've seen this Bounty Hunter. I love to see this crazy stuff, so I'm not going to complain. Yep. Bounty Hunter mid. Will we see a... Wait, this isn't a mid.
It's a 4.
That's a support Bounty Hunter. So a little bit of switch me up. So a mid Mirana.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is more in line with the, you know, typical Felt drafts. Honestly, looking at their drafts all season, it's kind of looked like the games haven't mattered. You know, the games at the end of the DPC where people like pick whatever and just have fun. Like every single one of their drafts looks like that. And I don't know if that's because they feel like that's just a strong way to draft currently, is to have this weird stuff, or if they feel like they should get relegated anyway, so they're trying to have fun and try to like confuse the enemies. Like I'm not sure what the take is on it, but all of their drafts have had stuff like this, like mid Mirana, whatever. You know, Pudge obviously we've seen in position 4, which is very uncommon. That's Abed. Oh, almost screwed that one up.
Yeah, it's gonna get some nice CS action here and end up pushing the lane thanks to the tower being in range.
I hate to say, that's actually a really important block too. Getting level 2 on Batrider, like level 1 is when he gets super punished because of his low base damage. So now he gets level 2, and Mirana has to be very careful about getting too many stacks on her.
Yeah, Batrider, very scary hero, but of course she will have leap. Level 1, it's actually skilled, so fearing the Batrider, which I don't know the last time I've seen a Mirana mid. It's been years. How would you expect this to go?
I feel like you probably do fine against Bat. I don't think he's ever going to kill you, but he will free farm, and also you can farm jungle with Bat, but Mirana not so much. I mean, she can arrow a single creep, but it's not really like an easy camp killing type hero, right?
Yeah, you got to walk over to get those centaurs.
Yeah, sure. Go over and arrow the jungle. I mean, XP range is pretty huge, so I'm sure it'll be fine for both sides.
Teasy. Wait, did he have that effect in the last hero? What's that thing called again? Is that the super rare?
It's super rare.
Seems to have that every year.
He does.
Must be great to be Arteezy, and fans just send the one guy that gets this. Probably sells it for $1 million. EG's like, you know what? Let me get that for Arteezy.
Yeah.
Part of his salary.
I think it's Arteezy and Chinese players that go for the cosmetics like this.
Yeah. They're very obsessed with that stuff.
Yeah, it's China and Arteezy, basically.
As Fly, you're playing the Wyvern this time, not expecting him to get off to a kill streak type game. As Crit's going to get the dispose off, playing this Marcy. Not the rebound to follow to give a little bit of extra move speed for Nightfall. Still will get stunned by the Chaos Bolt. Attempting to TP out is fine. Shu looks like he's just going to drop to the casual right clicks. Has to pop that Fairy Fire, but you can see Crit is super tanky despite all this right click action from Paradise, which seems to just tickle Marcy. So first blood for Crit.
Yeah, he's and Nightfall's walking back the lane, so he's free farming. He's loving his life. Abed is destroying Solji on this lane. 7 denies with a very low base damage hero. That I feel like that's just an out skill, but Mirana also not the greatest of base damage, although it did get buffed recently.
Talk to me about it.
Okay. Well, Mirana's average damage went up by 2, but the I think the base the base went up by 1, and then the max also was decreased.
I regret asking. Very uninteresting.
Yeah,
actually.
well, I mean, it's a
extraordinarily uninteresting. Okay. Like Cinderin level.
I was really hoping at the start that you had died and you were completely AFK. I was hoping that was
just a silent heart attack.
Just an aneurysm or so. Yeah. I was
okay, aneurysm. Yeah.
That's very hopeful, but I
think those probably don't hurt too much.
Unless I've had one, and this is my memory.
This is a simulation. Well, you would never be successful in real life. Yes. You paid a lot of money to make sure you were successful.
What? I am? All right, I'll take that. I'll take it.
You're very, I mean, I've seen your stream.
Very attractive is what you're going to say?
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of attractive, Fly, the most jacked guy in all of Dota on the bot lane. He is
It's interesting to see somebody that's so strong but play position 5.
I know.
Right?
Because he, it's the biggest guys, the strongest guys that don't feel like they have to have that aggressive personality,
That's not true at
big
all.
Fluffy bears.
That is not true, actually.
Wow.
And not in my experience, at least.
Wow.
Crit getting chased off by Shu. Playing the Dazzle, so taking Fly's hero this time around.
This is very annoying. The slow, it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, the fact that it just reapplies and very annoying. This crit. Well, it looks like gonna get the dispose off. He's just running in circles.
Yeah.
Looking for the courier.
Is he gonna go for this?
No.
I thought maybe he was considering suiciding and taking that courier out with them, but no, not gonna suicide.
Yeah, we see the Arctic Burn and Avalanche from Arteezy, but not gonna be enough to actually get the outright kill. Arteezy sitting on. Go ahead.
Okay. I do want to say about this Tiny. I said during the draft, I predicted it would be a Medusa because I'd forgotten that it wasn't Bulba drafting, it's Fly. So this is a very good matchup into the CK. When Tiny and CK were both like the top carries, it was always, you'd see the Tiny just cleaving through the illusions. Even if you don't kill them fully, you take them down like 10% HP where you can't commit the illusions anymore. So Tiny carry, very strong against CK. Probably should have seen that one coming.
Yep, Shu ends up dropping to Crit, who doesn't really get punished for it, as Paradise is just looking to mostly farm. Has the 1-1-2 build right now on that CK, as you can see bottom lane Zor. Man, I keep wanting to say Shield Breaker. I'm not going to lie. The Star Breaker, I don't know what's happening today.
That is that aneurysm
That's the
coming
aneurysm.
back.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Felt doing very well in the laning stage. Again, both games, they're looking perfectly competent when it comes to laning. Like I've said a couple of times, like very high MMR players.
Yep, rebound, dispose, back into the Eidolons. Paradise still Malefist up, as we can see. Bat Rider's getting destroyed, but we can see the Cold Embrace keeping him alive. Nice attempt at the deny, not going to happen though. But at the very least, for Felt, they do find the kill on Abed in the mid lane.
Yeah, Solji's doing extremely well in this lane now. Again, he's come back. He's got 7 denies of his own. 35 last hits with that creep he just got. Even before the rotation, he was having a pretty good time here. So
what do you buy on this here? Like, I mean, I've seen some people that play core go for like Ags with the arrow.
I would say probably the Diffusal Scotty.
So you're going just pure right click.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. As we can see, a toss back with the Arctic Burn, doing a lot of damage to Zor, but he's going to survive. Top lane, Paradise probably will not, though. So he is not able to be saved by Shu. So second death in just a minute or so for the position 1 CK.
That's pretty disastrous for him. Crit
Yep,
gets
crit.
the toss back top.
He wants to try to find Dispose. Malefice is... Shu's doing a pretty good job of juking here. Gets up a nice Shadow Wave, and you can see the TP from Solji comes in. Storm is there. Crit's going to end up falling. It's going to be a 1-for-1, but Nightfall, if he can get this kill, this would be a great move from Solji. Nightfall just kind of left in this tree line. The last right click after the little dodge there. A nice double kill from Solji, but Abed doesn't have any vision for this Moonlight Shadow.
He's looking for it.
He is.
Yeah, not gonna quite get it. Just kidding. He's gonna kill him.
Wow, just in range of the sentry. Dispose is there as well, but they've lost a lot of damage. Doesn't matter though. A couple sticky napalm. Solji finally drops.
Yeah, Leap is just such a long cooldown. Even with the level 2 points in it, still it's enough that you can kind of count out the amount of leaps, and it's like, all right, she's stuck here.
So what do you think of right-click Mirana then? Because the last time I saw a core Mirana, look at the hold that thought, is the hammer comes in, Arteezy just gets clipped by it, but the Starbreaker onto the other side to kind of reposition back into the retreat. But that's when the shard was a thing. Yeah. The shard would give you like a crit or whatever it was. Now the Ags and shard are just purely magic. They are. I mean, the shard right now is like a belch from your mount. From the cat, yeah. Yeah. It is one of the worst shards in the game, honestly. It's quite bad. It's pretty bad. Probably the best thing about it is it gives you an extra charge. That's true. Because Paradise, if he does it again, this would be disastrous. And you can see double TPs coming in from Felt. As Abed feeling pretty confident he can traverse to the low ground if need be. Solji comes in. Just focusing on Fly, gets the first leap up, but the Golden Base is going to keep him alive as Dazzle's going to be the first to fall. Now this gives him time to set up as Paradise looking for his first kill of the game, but it's still going to go the way of Solji instead.
So if Bounty Hunter was level 6, I would say this is actually hugely in favor of Felt, but definitely not now that he's also going down.
He is dead. He's quite dead.
But if they have the BH track and they're trading kills like this, it's always good for the BH team. That's the one advantage to this hero, is that he's supposed to be completely worthless at this point, which he probably has been. It's Bounty Hunter. That's why he's paired with the Dawnbreaker, who can just basically lane on her own. But once you start getting those track kills, all of a sudden the hero has actual value because he's literally generating value for his team.
Now Abed with the boots of travel now, rebound, just amplifying that movement speed. You can see Vlad's now on Nightfall, which we've seen sometimes. I mean, when they go Vlad's on Enigma, do they always go Wraith Pact, or is it dependent on the game?
I think I've mostly seen Wraith Pact with the Vlads. I mean, maybe you could go like Vlad's Blink Wraith Pact if you feel like the Blink is necessary in the next few moments for the fight. But mostly, yeah, the Wraith Pact is so strong because Enigma can actually protect the Wraith Pact is the thing. Like it's something that like forces the enemy team to all group up and try to kill it, and then you hit a good black hole, which is very nice. Even protecting it with your Q, if one hero tries to snipe it, is strong.
Oh, we got the dispose. Do they have the lockdown? Not quite in range for Lasso, but the flame break back. Solar Guardian's coming in. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on this momentum now as Crit pops the Unleash with the rebound to follow. Just focusing on Paradise. He's getting quite low, though. Finally, the Phantasm comes out. The Cold Embrace saving Crit for the time being. But he will likely drop regardless.
That's a track kill.
Yep, so after all that, EG lose one. And like you said, the track kills are what you have to fear. Especially for a team that, I mean, they did pretty well in the laning stage. Only down 1K. But it's all about EG's timing, which you tell me what that is. Because last time it felt like it just really amplified at a certain point. As Fly has the Cold Embrace in the midst of things as Nightfall does have a black hole. Oh my goodness. That was not the black hole they were looking for. So Fly dies right before that as Zor. Very speedy thanks to the track as Shu. Gonna grave himself, Arteezy. Kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, but there is the backup from Abed. Double kill for him. And they're going to focus on the Bounty Hunter next. So EG cleaning up nicely despite the missed black hole.
You just can't help yourself with Tiny. It's always the rock in the hard place. What is with...
Jenkins, just focus on the game, okay? Don't listen to me.
Very solid stuff here. As I was very distracted by the rock in a hard place.
This was...
Oh, yeah. It happens.
Such a delay, though.
It happens. He's on ping.
Very uncharacteristic. Is he?
He's definitely not. I was making excuses there. It happens. It happens to the best of us. You know, Nightfall, he's done his fair share of carrying EG this,
that's true.
This tour.
He has been extremely good this season.
He gets to have his few little blunders. I mean, still, EG wipes the floor with him in that fight because Abed shows up again and actually hits the lasso onto Solji, who was not able to leave this time.
Yep.
So,
looks like Abed is working on Yules, by the way, so a way to take off track.
Yep. So EG's timing, I think, is like with Tiny, he's obviously very weak until you get that Aghanim shard because your tree toss is, you know, it's not permanent, so you want that Ag shard. You're going to get a Moon shard before that as well. It's probably, that's when you can start showing up and taking towers. And then after that, Blink Dagger, BKB.
Oh, Flame Break, but Abed not able to get him back into vision. Not sure if they have, yeah, they popped the dust, but it's out of range. So Wake Me Up doing a nice job of annoying the crap out of EG. And Tiny, you can see. So Moon Shard, you just said this, I know, but
straight Moon Shard, yeah, that's the build.
That's a little odd.
It's I don't know. I mean,
is that not odd?
When I started seeing this build, I was very happy about it. As Wake Me Up, I think, is given a freebie over.
Finally going to be brought down. Like before Shard.
Okay, there we go.
Shard will come first, surely.
Yeah, usually what people do is like if it's close to the 15-minute mark, like the shard comes as soon as possible, but oftentimes you can farm the whole Moon shard and then in a couple of minutes farm the actual shard, the Ag shard. There's a lot of shards here.
Yep.
He has a shard of rock or stone as well.
Yep, that's true.
So yeah, he's got completed the moon shard.
This
beforehand.
looks like legitimate, like a Guardian build.
It's good. I mean,
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it looks really weird.
When you look at how attack speed scales, Tiny attacks once every 5 seconds, right? He's the slowest in the game. He attacks once every 5 seconds. If you half that to 2.5, you're getting so much value compared to a hero that goes from 2 to 1,
right.
Even though you're still having it, right? You're getting 2.5 versus 1. So it's just the way attack speed scales on Tiny. It's much better on him than any other hero, and Moonshard's just been buffed to the point where it is actually a very high damage item for the cost, especially.
And you can see Flying Crit really enjoying just Crit jumping on top of the back of everybody.
Yes.
We need a hero that jumps on the back of somebody and just, yeah, exactly.
I knew exactly what you were thinking when you,
Do you know Empath from Han?
No.
She goes inside, but you can make it on the back instead.
Like a life stealer.
Yeah.
It should be like a cowboy type character.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. Imagine that with Spirit Breaker and just charging across the map on his back.
That would be sick.
That's awesome.
God,
that can come after Bob the Builder.
Yeah, we come up with really good ideas.
It's really great.
We should make a game.
Yeah, I'm down.
1K lead for EG, so very even at the 15-minute mark. Remember, a lot, I don't know the average game length of Felt, but the games that we have cast, or me specifically,
22 minutes.
It's been like exactly 22 minutes. So I don't see this game ending at 22 minutes. I don't know about you. That would be pretty unreal.
I would be pretty shocked considering I think our TZ probably wants +1 item before he starts showing up to stuff. Like the Blink in Ag Shard is when it feels really nice to show up as Tiny.
Well, you have the Blink on Abed now. And you have the... I mean, this is a pretty big power spike with all these items coming in. Aether Lens on Crit. They're actually aligning quite nicely. The Wraith Pack was finished on Nightfall, and he's only a couple hundred from a Blink himself, so I don't even know if they need to wait for Arteezy's Blink. They're just going to go straight in the pit with that side kick. And we can see by the mini-map that Felt will not be contesting.
Every first Roche this day has been Radiant getting Roche. Like every single first time we see Roche being taken, it's Radiant.
Yeah, but imagine if he spawned bottom.
Yeah.
50% of the time.
Oh, it'd still be Radiant in this case, I think. Probably in all cases, actually, today.
Yeah, Crit gets off the dust. It does clip the blood. I was going to say Bloodseeker, but Bounty Hunter. So they're able to get the kill, and they're able to get the Aegis for Arteezy. And you can see the Blink is online. So they've hit kind of a big power spike now. And we'll see how far in they want to go.
You know,
having said that, the net worth is still really even.
It is. It is. CK's been keeping up. So is Marana. Felt has just been kind of casually farming while EG runs around killing Bounty Hunter. That's been the way this goes.
Quite accurate.
But they're looking for a bigger, juicier bounty than the bounty himself.
Yeah, we're going to see the Firefly and the lasso. It's going to be for CK. Arrow coming in, not going to connect, but there's a Solar Guardian to try to heal him up. They're going to dodge the stun, does EG, but a nice counter curse from Fly. Kind of halting this fight. That's going to set up the nice black hole, so Paradise is going to be the first to drop. Zor getting quite low. Another Cold Embrace, this time for Nightfall. The rebound in with the nice dispose. Stuns 2 heroes. Not enough to find a kill quite yet as Crit maneuvering to the high ground.
Where's Arteezy at? He's just not been at this fight.
He doesn't need to be, apparently. Abed is stuck on the cliff.
There he is.
Finally with the Firefly is Zor. 5 stacks to sticky napalm, and the Crit sets up all the stuns with Avalanche coming through from Arteezy. And that is basically a team wipe minus the Bounty Hunter.
Arteezy.
EG opens it up.
He clears this entire jungle and he shows up. He's like, I guess. Just wipes 3 enemies.
Yeah, he's got his shard.
Yeah.
And I believe, he did have Blink queued up, but I think he's just going to go straight AC, knowing that 2 of his teammates have Blink themselves.
Is it not coming on the courier? Let me check.
It's possible.
No, he's going straight AC. You're right. No, is he not? Is he gonna go for another
Moon shard?
No, what's the component? Hyperstone. I think he wants the other Hyperstone. He just wants to see how fast his guy can attack.
Oh yeah, that's a good test. Takes out the tier 2.
Yeah, he's got it.
5K lead just like that from EG. And they're not going to stop yet with Still 2.5 minutes on this Aegis. Sidekick just adding insult to injury to this tower. Oh, the Avalanche actually cancels out the hammer, and Zor kind of stuck in a horrible position. Flamebreak kind of misses, but they should have enough damage to finish him off regardless. And there's the curse. So at the very least, they find Zor and the Avalanche to follow. No toss there. I don't think they had the vision. And Crit taking a lot of damage from CK in the meantime as a huge Starstorm comes out, but EG able to sustain. The Dust, Wake Me Up, is being seen here as Paradise is finally finished off from Abed, doing a nice job of getting in the back line. Gets up to Flame Break as well, into the lasso, and onto the other side of the cliff. He is grave, but likely will die shortly after. Gets off the arrow, but again, this is just an Aegis carrying Tiny. Triple buyback from Felt to try to salvage this game and try to find their first victory at the DPC. Solar Guardian not quite there to stun Abed. And a nice avalanche from Arteezy as they're looking to just clean up this game right here, right now. Triple kill for Abed. And 3 dead for Felt as Zor able to get onto the high ground. And Bounty Hunter will not be so lucky. So Ultra kill Abed as EG.
Dead for that one. He was dead for the Ultra.
Is this actually going to be a 22-minute game?
Oh my god.
GG is called at 20 minutes. This game was even literally 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, you should not have said.